Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aria, and today I've got something super special for you guys. So I actually did a collaboration with Nixie K Sims, and the whole idea of the collaboration was that we picked a shape for each other to actually try and build within The Sims, and the whole goal was to, of course, make it look as good as possible. So my shape was a star shape, and her shape, well, you'll have to go actually look at her video. So I will have her video linked down in the description below, as well as having a card put up at the top towards the end of my video. So that way you can just click it, and that way you can just go straight to her video and see what she has done. So here I am just trying to kind of figure out the landscaping and exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted some sort of landscaping because for a star-shaped house, I mean, you definitely want something interesting. But as you can see here, I actually started using base game items for plants, and my bad, I totally didn't mean to. So the rule that I had was that I wasn't allowed to use any base game items within this build. And I gotta tell you, that is super, super difficult. I will fix this later in my video. You'll actually see it later on where I start fixing the landscaping because totally made that mistake of using base game items. So here I am just trying to make a little walkway. I was trying my best to make this house look as decent as possible because first off, my star shape was goofy looking. Like you'll see it here in a little bit, and it's really ridiculous. Another rule that I had within this build, which you will also later see when I start furnishing the inside of the house, was that I wasn't allowed to cut any of those sharp corners, which made for a very interesting build. And it definitely was really hard to try and furnish this build. I don't think I've ever actually done anything this hard before, but honestly, it was a lot of fun. And I really kind of enjoyed this like special weird shape. Like you don't realize how hard it is until you actually like look and try and think, how can I make this star shaped? And in your head, it sounds super simple, but it's not. I actually cut out the part where I built it. It's the actual shape, mostly because it took me entirely way too long. So you'll actually see here coming up soon when I pick the front door that I screwed up majorly, and you guys can totally roast me in the comments, but I ended up using a base game door. So thanks for watching. Bye. Just kidding. So I didn't fix the front door, but oops. Again, you guys can roast me in the comments about that if you want. It's fine. I was extremely tired and I was on a time crunch when I was trying to build this home. So, as most of you know, I'm a truck driver and our truck has been broke down on and off all week. So, I was trying to get this done with the internet that I had, and my internet is really crappy lately trying to, upload these videos and film them and do whatever I need to do. And it's just been really super stressful. So, um, between that and just the whole idea of just the stress that we've been under trying to, get our truck working and get the hell out of California. No shade here, no tea, nothing like that. Just wanting to get back home. I live on the East Coast, so I prefer the East Coast. So here I am actually doing the bathroom, and I'm actually really proud of myself for how I did this. The only thing I wish I would have included into this build was an actual bathtub, just because I did include a child's room. But I guess the child's room could be upgraded to like a teenager. And I know children can use showers, but I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, I used to take a lot of baths. It was like fun for me. So that's how I imagine, you should have a bathtub for your children. But it is what it is. I still think that the bathrooms came out super nice, super cute. And I basically just copy and pasted them, mostly just because, I mean, have you seen the shape of this house? It was a pain in the rear. So I had to try and do what I could here since I was not allowed to cut the corners. So I was trying to cheat my way through it. And I'm sure Nixie's gonna comment and be like, girl, I told you cannot cut them corners. And it's okay, Nixie, I did not cut the corners. So as you can see there, I did not cut those corners. And this kitchen, I have no idea if it's functional. but I did the best that I could. So, I mean, you can't blame me for that. So here I am trying to find my favorite dining room set here from Tiny Living. I love this little dinette set. I love taller tables, like the countertop tables, you know what I mean? And it's really frustrating because you try and go find that table and you can't find it within the dining room category. And I don't know why The Sims did that. And honestly, I don't even know what category to go look for it other than just going into like where you're going to like search for like all items of a specific type, like tables or, well, I guess it's called services in the game and, you know, like comfort and stuff like that. But that's such a pain in my rear. So it's just easier just to filter by Tiny Living. But I was trying to make this house just I don't know. I wanted it functional and I wanted it to be just nice and clean as well as, you know, just very well decorated. I wanted plants, I wanted artwork. And I tried actually coming out of my comfort zone for a lot of things. And a lot of these items are not typically things that I usually use. Like that living room set. I usually use the cheapest freaking couches just because I know for one they look nice and two they they match. Like they have a sofa and a love seat. So it's really nice to have matching furniture, you know, just saying if the Sims and EA and Maxis and the gurus ever happen to watch my video, just saying. But so I don't know if that's considered cheating what I did with that little plant wall there, but that corner was just so empty and dead. So I did want to put something there and I mean technically it's cutting the corner, but technically it's also not because I didn't put a wall there. Does that make sense? So again, Nixie, if that's against the rules, I'm so sorry. And I will redo this build if you absolutely want me to. So for me, using orange in a living room is actually pretty interesting. I usually don't use that color. Usually I stick to like blues and greens and whites and grays and blacks. And like I said, I really wanted to get out of my comfort zone for this. So, I mean, you know, a star shaped house is definitely out of my comfort zone. It's not something that you think of building every day. But it was a lot of fun. And I know I've said that like probably like 5 times throughout this video. But here I am again, just kind of trying to figure out like things that I can put around the house to make those corners less sharp without cutting them. So I'm hoping that you guys will let me pass with that as a loophole as to trying to cut those corners. And for what it's worth, I mean, I didn't do it in the kitchen, nor did I do it. Wow, let me try that again. Nor did I do it in the dining room. So, I mean, I think this house came out really super cute, especially this bottom floor. I think this bottom floor is like super adorable. And I think I said earlier I did not play test this, but now that I'm thinking about it, I actually did play test this. And they can sit at the dining room table, they can get to the living room just fine, they can get up the ladder just fine, and they actually can go upstairs just fine as well and use all the objects up there. The only thing I did not test out was a lot of the children's stuff, just in the child's room, just because honestly, it just didn't occur to me. I only moved a single sim in there. So I don't even know if I should upload this to the gallery. I think I will, just because it's an interesting build and I had a lot of fun doing it. So here I am kind of working on the backyard. Um, the good thing about not using base game items is a lot of the backyard stuff is actually not base game. So, you know, you have the monkey bars and you have the campfire and the bird feeder and whatnot. And I had a lot of fun trying to just put some different things back there that a family would use, but also, you know, children would use. So I originally was going to try and put a pond or something back there, but I actually ended up taking that out. And I don't remember what I replaced it with. Oh, a hot tub. That's right. So I really wanted this little campfire though, just because, I mean, for me and my husband, we enjoy sitting, you know, near a campfire and doesn't matter what season it is, it's always super nice. So, but I decided to put it in the hot tub for, you know, like the parents or maybe the mom or the dad or whoever lives there. I don't know. And, you know, put some fun stuff out there for them. I mean, I know children can use it too, but I don't, again, I don't think of children. Can you tell I don't have kids in real life? Because honestly, I don't think about children. But I wanted to put out some water balloon stuff and, you know, like the grill and stuff. And then I also wanted to put out some skill building items. Like I believe that was the flower arranging table, or was that the woodworking bench? I'm not even 100% sure. But I just wanted to make sure that the Sims had stuff in the backyard to actually utilize this backyard because I love backyards. So So as you can see there, I realized I made a mistake, and then I started using base game items again, and I was like, oh crap. Dang it. I'm telling you, trying to limit yourself from using base game items is more difficult than you think it is. Like you're like, oh, it's fine, just look for the icons. But when you get into the whole rhythm of building, and if you build houses in The Sims, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you get into this rhythm, and then you don't even think about the objects you're using. And the only thing that's really difficult is without actually ticking off like every single pack, expansion pack, stuff pack, game pack, everything except for base game. There's really no way to filter that out because it's not like you can just, I don't know if you can disable the base pack, the base game, just for the simple fact that you have to have that just to even play the other ones. So I wouldn't think that you'd be able to do that. But what do I know? I'm just a silly girl who doesn't know what she's talking about 98% of the time. So so here I am trying to do the upstairs and trying to decide what kind of layout I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to make this at least 2 bedrooms just because while it is a pretty decent sized space, it's actually very small, especially because it is star shaped. So with it being so, funky shaped, yeah, we're going to just pretend that that's a word. And with it being so crazy shaped, it takes up so much room to do everything. So here I was just trying to kind of figure out, okay, well, how do I want to do the master bedroom? So the layout actually works out really well, even though it's so funky, but it works out really well. Like I said, I did play test it, so it does work. And here I was trying to figure out, I was like, why did the ladder disappear? Don't know. So I had to do something different with the child's room over here. So because of the way I did this layout, this whole like middle room there, actually I turned it into kind of like a playroom slash like it eventually turns into like a little computer room as well. That way, it's out in the open and whatnot when your children are playing on the computer. I didn't want the child to have her own computer just because I would think that if I was a parent and had a young child, I wouldn't have a computer in their room. I know my parents let me, but that's a completely different story, and honestly, they shouldn't have. So here I am just trying to figure out like wallpapers and whatnot. I wanted the rooms to kind of be funky just because this entire house was crazy and wild. And I just wanted the rest of the house to kind of match, if that makes sense. And I know in the master bedroom, I actually didn't even pick out a wallpaper that was all that crazy and wild, but I think it still worked. It's kind of classic, but at the same time, it was just something different, completely out of my own comfort zone. So here I'm just trying to figure out some curtains and some stuff that I can put on the child's wall. I didn't want it to be bland. I didn't want it to be completely just bare. You know what I mean? So trying to find these curtains, I was like, ooh, these are adorable. And then I couldn't get it to fit over there in that corner just right. And it was just, he'd see me struggling. I'm like, screw this crap. I'm going with something easy because I'm lazy. But I think it turned out really super nice up there. I really like the child's bedroom, honestly. And this, I don't know. Like you can see me now putting in some toys and stuff for the little girl, for the little playroom and everything. And honestly, I know this is going to sound like a silly little question, but children can use the ladders too, right? Like I never considered that. Like I'd imagine they'd be able to, right? Now that I think about it, I've never actually watched a child like use the ladders within The Sims. So I'm going to assume that they can. If not, then well, that sucks. Then if that's the case, then I won't upload this to the gallery at all. But I'll probably get it up on the gallery tonight, the day that I'm recording it, which is 7/19/2020. So this is actually going to be coming out on Tuesday. It just kind of works out. Me and Nixie actually have similar schedules when we upload. So but this collab was so much fun. It was so much fun, like brainstorming with Nixie and trying to figure out exactly what all we wanted to do, and if we wanted to do something in CAS, or if we wanted to do something in build and buy mode, or did we want to build a house, or how did we want to do this, and coming up with this idea of coming up with our own little shapes that we were going to build just was so much fun. And again, you're going to see that I think I used a base game tree there. That actually ends up coming out. Yeah, there it goes. So I used this tree. I believe it was from Cats and Dogs. And then I started decorating it yet again with base game items because I'm an idiot. And oh my gosh, now that I'm watching this as I'm doing this voiceover, I used more base game items. And I'm telling you guys, like if you really want to, oh wait, before I finish that thought, you can see here, I'm finishing up that landscaping there. But if you guys ever really want a super big, huge challenge, don't use base game items. Just don't. Just use your expansion packs and don't filter it because it's difficult. And I just realized those rocks are base game. Oh my gosh, I completely just failed this challenge. I suck officially as a builder, and I'm going to quit my career. Just forget it. Why did I even try? So here I am just trying to do something up there. I didn't want to put an actual roof just because of the weird angles. So I just kind of wanted something that was, different and funky, something especially that I've never actually done. So, but as you can see at the top, I actually ended up doing a flat roof. I tried doing a real roof, and let me tell y'all how weird that was. But anywho, so I hope you guys really like this video. I have the screenshots coming up here in just a few seconds. And if you guys haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me in the end. And please leave a like and a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. And also don't forget to check out Nixie K Sims and check out her video since she gets to do the other part of this challenge, which you guys are going to like it, I think. It's going to be amazing. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.